This video will teach you the 10 different ERI principles. As you know, all our actions are built on the beliefs and values we have.
The same applies to the implementation of ERI. If we do not believe in the ERI approach and its value principles, we might not be successful in implementing ERI.
Therefore, we want to make ERI succeed. We must internalize the principles behind the approach.
Principle 1 says that ERI builds on the available resources. This means that the approach tries as much as possible to consider the knowledge that is already there among the skills of each farmer in the group.
Principle 2 says that ERI puts farmers in the driving seat. This implies that farmers themselves are deciding on how they want to move forward. They themselves decide on what happens to their future.
The third principle says that ERI builds on confidence and self-reliance. Therefore, the distribution of free handouts is not a core of the approach.
Principle 4 states that ERI promotes equal participation. To be an inclusive approach, throughout the ERI methodology, we pay special attention to illiterate, women, youth, and other groups who may be left behind.
The fifth principle says that ERI aims to change the attitude and behavior of its participants. In fact, it is not the approach doing the work of changing the attitude of someone, but it is the person himself or herself who is responsible for this. As was mentioned in Principle 2, the farmers are in the driving seat.
Principle 6 states that ERI increases farmers' goal orientation. As you will see in the very first module of ERI, a lot of the attention is put on the expectations and visioning. This latter part talks about what participants want to get out of the course and makes them aware that the dreams can be translated into different goals with an action plan attached to them to try as much as possible to specify what it takes to achieve that goal.
Principle 7 says that ERI promotes farming as a business. As you know by now, the ERI approach focuses on the market orientation of farmers and their groups.
The 8th principle states that ERI reduces risks for participants. By working together in group and planning better, the approach reduces the risks that come with activities in the agriculture sector.
The 9th principle says that ERI promotes coaching rather than teaching. As you'll see in the text session, ERI tries as much as possible to put in the spotlight the knowledge of the participants. By starting from the point, the coach can probe participants in growing their own knowledge.
The 10th and last principle talks about the fact that ERI works in partnerships. What we mean with this is that we need multiple layers of the community to be involved in the approach. This can be farmers association or cooperative, but also financial service provider, as should so many other institutions.